Hello, and welcome to the Mad Painter Show. Okay, so I was thinking about this going a totally different way, but it it came to me. Do you know what your purpose is? Have you even asked yourself, like, what is my purpose? Inside here, have you asked that? I mean, because you need to know. I mean, we go to school and you learn all these different surface things until you get to a higher level. And then it's basically to learn how to get this career and or job or whatever have you, so that you can pay your bills and live this comfortable life of stressing out about paying your bills. You know, it really doesn't even really teach you how to get rich. You have to seek that information elsewhere, 9 times out of 10 outside of government outside of government things. But anywho, we go to school to learn all these different things, but we really don't learn about ourselves, about our emotions, about how we think, and how we think affects our reactions to things. So, you know, the thinking and emotions are like, they're together in that. And so this main thing, now last week we talked about, well, I guess I mainly talked about that. But last week we talked about now not allowing anger to rest in your heart. You know, anger rests in the bosoms of fools. So this is why we're learning more, so that we're not allowing anger to rest there, and we don't have that label as a fool because of how we're acting. So it's not just anger that we're considering here, because what's resting in the heart is also 9 times out of 10 resting on our focus, on our mind's eye. So what we're doing here is learning how to take control of your emotions. So last week, I mean, there were these techniques, but the main thing before the technique is awareness, and being aware when you're feeling some type of way. So whether that some type of way could be a list that I'm not even about to get into right now. So how you start really being aware of, okay, it started off with this purpose thing, right? So that's like later on down the line. But then how we get to learning how to better listen to these questions, these answers that we're questioning ourselves about, is by putting ourselves in a place of peace. So do you know what peace feels like? Do you have, now I'm not talking about some place that you're going to pay XYZ amount of money. I mean a place of peace where it doesn't cost you anything. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't need anything special for it. It is inside of you. So you need to know what that peace is. And this is my mind is just exploding with so many information, so much information and so many different pictures. It's like, I need to slow it down, because this gets a little, like, I'm not trying to give you so much information all at one time, because it's like, whoa, that was too much. It's like, hold on, slow down. So, okay. So in one way in going about obtaining peace is allowing yourself to be in silence, to be in a quiet place, whether that quiet place is home. Sometimes people don't have a quiet place at home. And I know I said that whole, you want to not have to go anywhere, but you got to know what it feel like first. Know what I'm saying? And then it's like you take it with you and put it in a little bubble and put that bubble on the inside. And when you need to tap into that bubble, you can, peace bubble, I need you. But the thing is to maintain that peace, because the main goal is being led by the Spirit, and being led by the Spirit is what you learn how to be sensitive to that voice. That was so much said in that hand movement, but you learn how to be sensitive to that voice, and you learn how to be guided by that, which I will tell you a story about that shortly. So what it is, like when you go, you have to learn how to tap into peace. One of the ways of tapping into peace outwardly is nature. Nature. Whether you're a mountain person, a water person, a flower person, find out what part of nature really makes you see the beauty of who you are, of what the creation that we have, of all these wonderful things, of it that reminds you of the magnificence that we have in this earth that we rarely pay attention to. So once you it's writing helps. Tapping into your creative self helps, and sometimes you don't know what that creative self is until you get into a place of like a quietness. Another way is meditation. Have you ever had those times when you wake up like super early in the morning? It's like WTF for a while up, because you are up to now start investing in yourself, in your higher self. Yes, I believe in God. I understand there are a lot of people who don't, and there are some that do and don't understand quite yet how to tap into that. This is a way how, okay? So it's like you are, and it also comes along with reading and asking questions and allowing the quiet time to be there and open yourself up to the one that loves you and that will give you the truth and will give you the truth in love. And in being in practice with this, start opening up yourself to being truthful with yourself. That's I mean, that makes a difference in actually gaining peace, because once you're being more truthful with yourself, there are also things that you see that you will be willing to tolerate because of something that you like or something that you want. But those desires, those lower nature desires, end up not being as good as it felt like in the first place. And it makes you forget what was feeling good in the first place. Know what I'm saying? So yeah, okay. So, and then we're getting into this tapping into peace. Research things. Research. I mean, this is just one thing that I'm telling you, but get into a habit of, you learn all these different things that's basically is a distraction and will BS your time. Now, actually, I mean, as of now, we have time. I mean, heck, you're listening to me, which is beneficial to your destiny. So, but what you want to do is you want to start looking into things that are actually going to make you be your best self. I mean, you sitting on a toilet on social media. I'm just saying, I could be talking about me, because that's the main time I am on social media. When I'm scrolling, is on the toilet, because it's like we can multitask. And I know this is TMI on YouTube, because this is a whole nother crowd here. But I'm just saying, because I'm keeping it light, and I'm letting you know that while you're doing that, you could be doing something else that's more beneficial to what it is that you're trying to do, more beneficial to your business. I mean, you got 24 hours in a day. What are you doing in that time to actually put in what it is that you really desire? And I mean, I'm not talking about no little money here, no have a little dip on the side, or just some nice clean draws, some nice cooked food, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, of course, those are some wonderful things, and not knocking Chica on that, but it's, what are you aspiring to do that's bigger than you? That's actually going to take a team of people. That's actually going to help other people to help them get to where they need to be. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody helped you. You didn't get to this spot by yourself. I mean, you can be, there are people are a whole bunch of different levels, but in life, career-wise, financially, but where are we in love? Where are we in self-love? Where are we in, because if the first one thing that I paid attention to in studying the Bible and studying different religions and studying just things as self-improvement, want a partnership, want to do better financially, want to this, that, and the other, is what and how we think, right? So in actually studying all these different things and in paying attention and honoring God first, do you know I didn't recognize after all this 20-something years of studying, do you know that I paid attention to Jesus and how Jesus and honoring God? Oh, I got a whole thing with Job. I have a whole story with Job because Job, oh, that's my favorite book. Because Job showed so much with his belief in honoring God. But anywho, with Jesus shows, Yeshua shows, and I'm throwing that name out there because I'm reading. But he shows that when you honor God first and putting God first in everything, you're automatically gonna fall in line with, you're not going to disobey any laws. And at the same time, you're learning how to love thy brother. Because when you honor God first, God, and you talking to God and honoring him and actually having a relationship with him, it's not just about the laws. It's about the relationship. When you're having this relationship with him, he is showing you how to love yourself along with how to love others. So it's like those other two are kind of automatic, because when you honor God, not only are you loving yourself, you are learning how to love your neighbor, your brethren, your partner better, your co-workers better, but it's an everyday practice. It's just not like hey, I'm here and we're there. It helps to make that decision and make that your mind up. But at the same time, this is like, it is an everyday thing. Every day, just like you were going to school and it started off at kindergarten or preschool, wherever your parents started you at school at, you started off learning how to walk, how to talk, how to potty, and it went on to typing up papers and telling stories and so forth and so on. So back on this listening to the spirit thing. So this was the last time I had an anxiety attack, and I'm telling people because people are in a lot of situations, and what I learned in counseling different people from various backgrounds, cultures, religions, blah, 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 blah. I would ask people about this gut feeling thing. Do you know everybody I talk to, which I can't really do a statistical thing off that right now, but everyone that I talked to, when they had some type of warning or something, they would get a gut feeling. And your gut would tell you, it's not like, I have a philosophy on that, which I'll talk about later. But I'm always talking about something later. But your gut is telling you, something is not right. Something now, when you get a strong gut feeling, even before you even consciously recognize that something said, it makes your body and makes your mouth say something is not right. And you pay attention to that. It's a totally different feeling from being nervous, from being this, that, and the other. So my philosophy that I was going, which I'm going to go back to the story shortly, but my philosophy is, in studying all these different things and putting it together, like the chakras, well, I look at it like the chakras are connected with your gut feeling. It's like a little bit right above that lower nature. So my thing is, it's like a baby, and what you want to do, because with the chakras and along with the Kundalini, you are raising this energy up because you are wanting to connect it to the higher source and bring that higher source energy down into you. So, but I'm looking at it as everyone having this gut feeling, right? What you want to do, like you would a baby, you want to feed your gut, not Not like the fat process, like when we can't get rid of the fupa. But I mean, you want to feed your gut knowledge, wisdom, understanding. So information that is going to give you life. Information that is going to give you life, protect your life, give you the wisdom that you need when it's needed. But it's like you want to keep feeding it so that it grows and gets bigger, and it's no longer like a kick feeling like something's not right, parents, something's not right. No, it starts having conversations with you. And you want to gain a sensitive ear and start listening to these things, because not only is it a thing of protection, it's also guiding you to your destiny, to the place that you want to go. And this is how you're starting to find out what your purpose is. So story, okay? Story time, children, story time. So one day, right, I was on my way to my mother's house. And yes, I was on public transportation, which won't be for very long. So, let me take this glass off. So, I was music blasting in my ears, and I was listening to rock music, and I'm specifying the music because it's all in my ear, extremely loud and blasting, right? So, where I was going to the bus stops that were by my mom's house, I had two options that were going in her direction because I didn't feel like walking that way. It was like, oh, I don't feel like going. So one stop was here, one stop was here. So I started to walk to her house, and it was like, I don't feel like walking down that way. So I stopped at one bus stop. Music blasting in my ears. And just a small, soft word was like, hey, don't you think you should go to the other bus stop because don't you think you should go to this other bus stop because you have more options there and you're able to look at the bus stop better? And it was just like, the bus is coming better. I'm sorry. You're able to look at the buses coming better from that bus stop. And it was like, you know what? You are absolutely right. Didn't get a bad feeling. Nothing like that. I'm walking my way to the bus stop. As soon as I hit that bus stop, and there, I'm hearing these pop shots. And I turn around because, I've been trained earlier in life. Because I don't care how loud this music is blasting in my ears, I'm going to hear that ish. So I'm hearing it, and it was, my heart was like, because, I thought it was like I was getting ready to die. But, yes, someone was getting shot at that other bus stop that I was just standing at. And Lord, I pray for that young man then. But I was having such an anxiety attack because I was just standing there. So this story is also connected within. Pay attention. Be sensitive to your spirit. It's not only telling you about your purpose, but it also can help you save your life. So in us getting control of our emotions, when we have control of our emotions and are no longer, and don't, because sometimes I be snapping off and still be having to catch myself and bring it back. But when we are more aware of our emotions and can faster catch it, we are less likely to respond just to be responding. And then we're better able to listen and be more sensitive to our spirit when we need to hear things that we need to hear, which can be things as far as our purpose, as far as blessings, as far as missing things that we can miss out on, many things. So we are now working on our best self. I'm doing this with you all. We're doing this together. Say it with me. We are working on our best self together. So have these truthful questions, truthful talks with yourself. Be honest and live.